The intention was to perhaps do another video regarding Man of Steel, but you know what? There are just times when you just take a step back and you realize you're just a little bit too emotionally invested in something. And on that basis, I'm going to take a break from talking about Man of Steel and talk about something that I am also completely emotionally invested in. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a small little thing that exists out there called Transformers. I don't know about you guys, but I've just been playing an awful lot of the Transformers Legends mobile game. It's not a great game. Unfortunately, it does exist purely on the basis of the gotta catch 'em all mentality, which is great, but I just wish that there was a bit more interaction. The fact that I have a level 3 Optimus Prime doesn't really mean a whole lot when my team is being led by a level 4 Bone Crusher. Yeah, you kind of see what I mean here. It's like, okay, fair enough then, I've got Optimus Prime, but Bone Crusher's in charge. Go figure. At the end of the day, it is a game, and I don't hold any grievances against that, but it's just... There is no story to it or anything like that. It is entirely based on that gotta catch 'em all mentality that I just mentioned. So... yeah, but otherwise, Transformers. Today, More Than Meets the Eye 18 is out. We've already recorded the review. Actually, hold on. What day is it today? Yeah, it's Wednesday. So More Than Meets the Eye 18 is out today. An absolutely cracking read. I can't recommend it enough. If you haven't read it yet, you owe it to yourselves. If you haven't been reading More Than Meets the Eye, then what the hell is wrong with you? And I don't want to hear any of that. I'm waiting for the trade crap. No, More Than Meets the Eye is brilliant on the basis that it really sets up some amazing mysteries that you just have to read as a monthly series in order to really appreciate all of the just genius that James Roberts is putting into it. And of course, we've got auto assembly. Has anybody been seeing Mr. Millman's auto assembly updates? There's only been 2 so far, but my god, you know when somebody does something right that you've been doing wrong for so long? I mean, I've been saying for years that the idea of me doing auto assembly videos in the format that it was done in was just completely wrong, because there are so many brilliant video reviewers out there, and with the help of my HD camcorder, Andy Millman is turning out some absolutely cracking stuff, so that is really, really good, and really, really funny as well, and humor's a very hard thing to get down, especially if you're having to think about it in advance. There's a difference between being funny and being witty, quick with it and things like that, and generally speaking, most of the time when people are witty, and you'll see this at auto assembly, especially if me and Billy are playing off each other, we're doing it specifically because one of us is the butt end of the joke. That's easy enough to do. People will laugh at anybody if you give them enough reason to do it. But actually being funny in advance, a bit like More Than Meets the Eye, takes some considerable talent. So props absolutely to Mr. Millman for all of his hard work on that one. And yeah, it's less than 2 months away to auto assembly. I've been thinking about purchases and what I want to pick up, and to be honest, I'm a little bit bummed at the moment because there isn't really anything out there. Yes, okay, we do have the new generation's toys coming out for the 30th anniversary, which is awesome, but in the same way, really terrifying, because it's not actually the 30th anniversary. That falls next year, and one can't help but notice that the reason why these 30th anniversary toys are coming out now is because next year is going to be another movie year. That's right, the next big anniversary of Transformers, because of the fact that it's been 3 years between movies as opposed to 2, is going to be another movie year. So both the 25th anniversary and the 30th anniversary will be overrun with movie toys. I can't say that I'm a fan of this at all. Even though a lot of the movie characters are being redesigned, oh, no, it just doesn't work. I want to see a celebration of Transformers, and that's what I'm hoping BotCon delivers. I mean, BotCon is, what, a month away, max, something like that. It's not that far. I always know that BotCon takes place before auto assembly, and what I'm hoping they do is they turn around and say, look, we're marginalizing the movie line and we're really going to push the 30th anniversary brand. They're not going to do that, though. They're not going to marginalize the movie. The movie is, unfortunately, what keeps this whole truck going. That and probably My Little Pony, but I wouldn't even bother getting into that one. Yeah, the truth is, Transformers is in a very weird place when it comes to the movies because they are a necessary evil, and whether you like them or you don't like them, everything you get afterwards is entirely predicated on how well that movie does. I'm not interested in the movie toys. In fact, it's been since animated that really I haven't been in a gotta buy 'em all sort of mentality. I mean, yeah, in fact, what I've just realised is I need to contact Sam Palmer because I'm supposed to be selling him some Creo, or Creons, or the Creon Combiner sets, and I completely forgot to get back in touch with him. So, Sam, if you're listening to this, whoops, sorry, mate, I'll send you that message. Thank you for reminding me. I was actually thanking myself there, but yeah, that's besides the point. So yeah, auto assembly. I'm really hoping that they've actually got a Metroplex there. Obviously the new Metroplex. I don't think so. I'm pretty sure it comes out at the end of August, which is going to be a bit of a bummer. And I'm still deciding whether or not do I really want the Hasbro one, or would I shell out the extra money for the Takara one simply because it comes with another gun and it comes with, you know, a little bit of shinier paintwork or whatever. I don't know yet. I'm really, really not sure. The idea of a double Metroplex gun is great, but I suspect that because of the unique nature of the Metroplex toy, it's going to be one that's going to be picked up by third parties awfully quickly. So, I don't know. I'm just anxious to see really how well the Metroplex does. I hope it doesn't become a shelf warmer. I really, really do. And the reason for that primarily is because I want more of these Titan class figures to come out. I very much doubt we will ever get anything like a Triptychon or anything like that, because I think it's just too hard to sell for a character that really has no modern day interpretation. Metroplex is lucky in the sense that he's been backed by the comic books, but really when you think about it, I mean, that's it. You know, he hasn't been in Prime, he probably won't be in the movies, though that would be pretty badass. But he's like the one character outside of Fortress Maximus where this would work, but could you imagine a giant 2-foot tall Scorponok? I mean, Scorponok is probably one of my favorite Generation 1 toys of all time. He's just a beast, but when you put him up against his counterpart, Fortress Maximus, yeah, he kind of loses it a little bit there. Transformers is in a bizarre place. I will admit it. You know, a lot of the fandom seems to have quietened down, especially on YouTube. I count myself included in this one. You know, I remember the good old days of 2008, 2009, when you couldn't turn your head for a Transformers video. It'd be nice, actually, to get more of those Transformers community videos. The 5 Awesome Transformers guys were great, and, you know, that sense of community. I'm not talking about reviews. I mean, you can find a Transformers review on pretty much anything, you know, between Spader, Bolt, Matrix, and Mitch Santona, who are my two kind of go-to guys when it comes to Transformers reviews. You know, you are pretty well serviced, but Transformers as a piece of fiction, Transformers as a brand, that's the stuff that I'm missing, and that's the stuff that I want more of. If there is anybody out there, like, because, you know, I will admit I don't exactly go around searching for Transformers videos anymore, but if there is somebody out there that you're aware of that I'm not, and by that I mean if you know anybody who does it, send me a link or let me know, or hit me up on Twitter or wherever the social media is. Kalelprime on Twitter. I've just plugged my Twitter feed. You know, let me know, because I would like to see it, to be honest. Or send a message, leave a comment in the messages boxes and things like that. You know what? It's kind of weird. In one way, I'm kind of glad that I don't have a camera, because I can get these videos out to you. And I say videos, these are sort of mini Kalelprime rambles, I guess, isn't it? That's what I've been calling these things. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to get away from Man of Steel and just do this short little monologue piece. You know, it might be quite an interesting idea to actually get somebody else on one of these things for a change. Come up with a subject, hammer it out, hash it out. What do you guys think? Sound like a good idea to you? I don't see why not. Transformers. Let's talk about it a bit more. I'm interested in talking about it. I just don't know what I'm going to talk about, though. That's the key thing. rambling aside, I think that's going to do it for this little video, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you all for listening and looking at a static screen. Though I would severely hope, I would really hope that when you are listening to these things, you're doing something else. I don't know what, perhaps playing a video game, or rearranging your Transformers, or playing with some Transformers, or making love on the sofa. Actually, to be honest, if you are making love on the sofa and you are listening to me in the background, you just, yeah. To be honest, I don't even want to know about that. To be honest, actually, I am slightly curious.